Alright, mother flippers, here we go. We're about to go look at this one now. We just sold the Yamaha XT 225, so we're going to try to pick up another bike before we even make it home with the cash. Let's see what happens. Alright, party people. We did buy it. 2008 KTM 990 Super Duke. 15,000 miles, clean title. We got a whole gang of parts. Got a whole bunch of parts. This guy said he took it apart. He was gonna make it into a track bike, and he took it apart and just never got around to it. So supposedly nothing's been modified, but everything should be here. We're gonna get it off the truck, get it in the garage, and go through all the parts. We'll see what we got. Okay, this thing, the seat, that one fairing and the gas tank were actually only held on with one bolt each. I was covering stuff up before I power wash it, and then you just started to notice that everything was apart. This thing was cheap for a reason. It's definitely looks like a little more work than the guy said. There's a couple cut wires. He said nothing was ever cut or anything, but it's all good. We still got it at a good price. Well, I'm ready to power wash it now, and then I'll go through all the parts. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, we got this all cleaned up. Looks pretty good. Found a couple cut wires and some other stuff that I wasn't expecting. The front brakes have no pressure at all, and I see it's missing a spacer here and a bolt. So hopefully that's in the parts. We'll figure that out. But in all reality, if this motor is good, this is totally worth it, even if there's a little extra work. But since it was so far apart, I didn't spend a lot of time, but I wiped it down pretty good. You know, I didn't go crazy. I power washed it, and then I just put some soap on a rag and just wiped down the wheels and a couple other things. And it cleaned up pretty darn nice. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks like it might have been outside while like he painted his house or something. There's like, I don't know, I'm pretty sure this is overspray. Oh, these are rock chips actually, but there was like a couple spots of like plaster or something. It looked like, you know, like it was outside, or maybe it was painted in his garage or something. But man, it came with these really nice KTM stands also. This really is such a sweet deal. I'm so excited to lay out all these parts and show you everything I got. But these tires look good on here. I mean, they're definitely old, but they got some meat on them. But I'm gonna lay out all the parts and we'll see what we got. But this thing's looking pretty good. KTM Super Duke. Alright guys, here we go. We're gonna go through all these parts. We got 4 totes, some other stuff. I popped the gas tank off when I was washing it, and we got the stock exhaust over here. This thing's heavy. That thing's gotta weigh 20 pounds. But we'll start going through all this stuff, see what we got. Okay. Start with some easy stuff. Came with two battery boxes. Not too sure why there's 2 of them, but better than having none. So these off to the side. This is one of the sides. This was on the bike, but it's a nice and clean. He said all the plastics were in good shape. I was told that the bike was wrapped beforehand, so they stayed in good shape. This is the rear package tray, or whatever you want to call it. From what the guy was saying, he was gonna do like he was gonna make it a track bike and do something different with the tail. And then we got a pretty much new looking KTM tank bag. This thing was probably $200. This is a score. Put this up somewhere. There's a lot of stuff in these bags. In these totes that you say. We got the original KTM seat, because it has a KTM gel seat on there. In this box here, we have these are the stock handlebars and stock mirrors, which is pretty cool. And a license plate lamp. What's in this little box? Feels like there's something in there. We got some bolts. What was this for? There's some risers. Oh, it looks like they're on there. Yeah, these are probably the stock bolts or whatever, but we'll hold on to that. It does have bar risers on there. Okay, now we're getting to some good stuff. Here, we got the stock headlight. Got a couple little nicks. It looks like we got a broken blinker. The headlight looks good though. And the gauge cluster has a little crack on the lens there. I'm told that it has 15,000 miles on this bike. We're gonna plug this in and find out. Here's an extra headlight, and here is the bottom of the fairings, the bottom front. I forget what you call this exactly. And then we got the tail light, and then the guy, he said he was a mechanical engineer, so he was trying to build something. You see he's got this piece made out of metal that fits the taillight actually pretty good. He said this is something he was trying to do, part of his project. Hence the reason the bike being apart. Here is carbon fiber rear fender, carbon fiber chain guard. And then we got a Yoshi muffler. He said he had the full exhaust, but somehow he didn't say how, but he said one of the sides got damaged. So there's only the one muffler. We'll see if the damaged one's in here or what, but I don't know what we'll really do with that muffler. And then we just have some hardware and small brackets. Nothing special in there. Nothing worth looking at. For you guys at least. Ooh, okay. Here's the Y pipe for that Yoshi exhaust. Stock air box, because he's got a billet some sort of nice airbox in there. I'll show you guys that. This is going to be the stock front fender. Because it has an acrophobic carbon fiber one on there. This is the windshield for it. Cool. It's got a little windscreen. I've never had one of these KTM 990s, so I'm not familiar with this bike at all, but I did car restorations for a long time, and I don't know, I've always bought bikes in pieces like this. I kind of like the challenge. It's kind of like a big Lego set. Like, once you work on enough stuff, nuts and bolts, they all make sense. You know, you count how many you have of each one and this and that, and you can figure it out. It's to me, it's kind of fun. Okay, this is the stock rear fender with the license plate bracket, but he says he has a tidy tail on there. Or there should be a tidy tail. Stock rear fender. Another tail light. Yeah, so that's the stock tail light, because the other one I showed you was an LED. We got the stock toolkit, which is cool. OEM gas cap. This is the one with a key, because he's got like a racing style cap. Rear passenger peg brackets. It's supposed to be the whole bike. Stock chain guard. And then we got some emissions related stuff. And then, what are these? Yoshimura, these are something to do. Oh, these are inserts for the Yoshi mufflers. And then the rest in here is just a heat shield and looks like some sort of vacuum. I'll show it to you. It looks like a charcoal canister, a vacuum canister, and then something. This looks like an EGR valve or something. But he says, I was told that all the emission stuff is deleted on there. Alright, that's it for that one. And then we'll get down to this one. This one's like that other too. It has a lot of small parts. This is the rest of the plastics here. Here's the other rear. It's a nice shape. Ah, this is awesome. Here's the two fronts, and they really are in good shape. I'm really happy about this. I'm glad I got sold 3 bikes this week. 3 bikes in 7 days. I needed the room in here. It's tax return season. Okay, so in here we got a K&N air filter. You know, a high flow air filter to go with the aftermarket airbox. You got a chain cleaner. We got extra bulbs, exhaust springs. There's this oil filter. This looks like exhaust. clamps or something, more bulbs. What is this, a battery tender? Yep, we got a battery charger. What is this? Oh, another set of adjustable levers. Man, there's so much good stuff in here. Got more bulbs. What is this? KTM workshop adapters. I don't know what these are. Maybe I can look it up and find out. But there's a bunch of good stuff in this box. This looks like a ballast for an HID light, and then we got a bunch of switches. Who knows? I didn't see a bunch of holes drilled in any of the panels, you know, like they had anything going on there, but we will find out. Here's the lid to the airbox they got. This nice CNC aluminum. Has all the bungs for the stock sensors. This stuff looks nice, man. This guy put it, he said he had everything you can bolt on it. We got an extra throttle tube. We got a hideaway license plate. Oh, look at this. It's actually a legit one that has a motor on it to hide your plate. That's sick. Boop. I like that. We're gonna have to see if this works. What do we got in here? Oh, we got some bar ends. What are these? I don't know what those are. We'll look that up. Bunch more hardware, but these are some nice bar ends. I can use these on another bike if we don't use them here. Oh, we got a adjustable thing for the throttle. Man, I got brain farts today. We got some bar end mirrors. Really got everything, man. And I think that's it. Is there anything else I'm forgetting? There's a pair of gloves and a new visor for an HJC helmet. And then, yeah, it came with these KTM stands. These gotta be $100 each, you know what I mean? So we got the tank, the headlight, the front fairings, the bottom piece. We got all the fenders, the chain guard. We have the stock exhaust that we can put back on. But now that, oh no, it has the stock wide pipe on there. So we can put this, I don't see the clamp for the exhaust. That's one thing we might be missing. But it looks like we have everything there. We don't need the factory air box. It's got the aftermarket one. But we'll put the package tray in and all that to get all the wiring and everything mounted. We'll get all this wiring all cleaned up back where it's supposed to be. He was trying to like tighten everything up in the tail, so he was trying to hide all the wires. So hopefully he didn't go too crazy, but we'll figure all this out. We'll get all the wiring cleaned up and all that stuff back together, and then I'll pop the tank on and put a battery in it. And we'll see if it keys up, see if the pump works, and then the pump, you know, we'll put some fresh gas in there, and we'll see if this thing fires. And then we'll hook up the gauge cluster to see what the mileage is, and then, I'm excited. This is a cool project. It's looking promising. It's definitely in pieces, but we got a lot of parts, so I'm pretty happy about this. Yeah, man, this is gonna be great. I'm going to wipe down some of the parts that I'm going to start putting on, and we'll catch back up in a little bit. Let me pop this. Let me pop this off real quick so you can just see the air box that they have on there. Yeah, I had this taped up nice. You don't want no water in that motor. This thing had to go, there was little vacuum lines, stuff all over. You had to just make sure that everything was all covered up. Yeah, so that's this nice CNC aluminum base plate with the filter. I'll clean and re-oil that filter. There it is. And I'm excited about this. This guy swears up and down that it's a running bike with 15,000 miles. He said he took it apart to make it a track bike and was gonna do some of this custom stuff. And then now he's going through a divorce. So we'll see. Keep my fingers crossed.